Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Guru Maharaj ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas. Welcoming all of you to this mid-morning japa session of Bhakti Sangha. I thank all of you for attending to this session. Excuse me. So let us move to our next session, that is the sacred vows of Margasirsha, the 30th session by His Grace Haridas Varya Prabhuji. Before that, I would request the devotees to please introduce themselves.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vinita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Well, thank you very much for joining to the call, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranamam, glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Neetu Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Mataji and all the devotees. I'm Sudhakar joining from Saudi Arabia.
Hare Krishna Sudhakar Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Welcome to the call, Prabhuji. Thank you for joining every day and giving your valuable services to the group. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम शिल प्रभुपाद शिल गुरुदेव की जय माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम वृंदा फ्रॉम एटलांटा
Hare Krishna Vinda Gopika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every day. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I once again welcome all of you to Bhakti Sangha Japa group for today. Hare Krishna. I once again
What
welcome
you
all of you
said?
to Bhakti Sangha Japa group. So today's session is the sacred vows of Margasirsha, the 30th session. It will be given by His Grace Haridas Varya Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. We welcome you to the call, Prabhuji, and thank you very much for giving your association today. Before that, I would like to read the quote of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhuji.
Sure, Mataji.
December 26th, Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is called Chanchala. She does not remain at one place. Today, one man is very rich. Next generation is no longer rich. If you are actually religious, then don't spoil your money for sense gratification. Use it for service of Krishna. If you have got some money, try to construct a very nice temple for Krishna's situation. That is proper use. Bombay, December 26, 1972. Hare Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna
Jai Shri.
Prabhuji, please take over the call, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Harita Mataji. And thank you for that wonderful quote of Srila Prabhupada. I welcome each and every one who have been gathering for these sessions for the last 1 year. I just scrolled back and looked at when did we start this series. We started around, say, exactly a year back. 6th of December 2024, we started this series, and exactly we have crossed that 1 year mark. And it has been such a glorious journey of Tirupavai's 30 verses through the lenses of Srimad Bhagavatam, finding parallels in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, understanding these beautiful 30 verses and understanding the mood of the gopis who were following in the footsteps of the Vrindavan gopis. So, if you have made it till today, which is almost the last verse of, in fact, not almost, it is the last verse of the Rupavai that we are going to discuss today. Of course, today is not the end because there are some post credits scenes as well, which we will discuss next week. But for all practical purposes, the beautiful work of Andal's 30 verses comes to an end today. When I say comes to an end, in this context of lectures that we have taken up, because her works are completely eternal in nature, and it should keep going on our lips for the time immemorial that we are present on this planet. So, with that thought, let us dive into the last verse of Tirupavai. And for that, it is known generally as the Falastuti, or what great fortune one gets by listening to these Tirupavai verses, or understanding its meaning, or explaining their meaning, or understanding the different commentaries of the acharyas, or trying to read and understand the mood of the gopis while they uttered these verses. What is Andal's intention? If we try to even get any of these, what is the phala? What is the fruit of that action? We get to know. But to describe about it is beyond my capability. So we will take the blessings of the acharyas and the fellow Vaishnavas and the Rasik devotees who are present on the call to bless me so that we can do justice to this 1 year work which we had undertaken till today. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्नते नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं हरि ओं तत्सत्। नीलातुङ्गस्तनगिरितटितुप्तमुद्बोध्य कृष्णं पारार्थ्यं स्वं श्रुतिसरसिरसा सिद्धम् अध्यापयन्ति स्वोच्छिष्टायां सजिन्निगलितं या भलाकृत्य भुन्ते गोदा तस्यै नम इदमिदं भूय एवास्तु भूयः। Once again, I welcome all you devotees to this glorious sessions of the sacred vow of Margasirsha. We are in the month of Margasirsha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Masanam Margashirshoham, where we have learnt right from the start that why this month of Margasirsha is very, very important, and why Krishna mentions is that of all the months, he is the month of Margasirsha, because if we consider the 365 days of our earthly days of our calendar, it is considered as 1 day and 1 night of the demigods. 6 months becomes the day and 6 months become the night of the demigods. And in that, when we talk about the day, their day starts with Mangalarati, and that month is none other than the Mangalarati time, or the Brahma Muhurta time is the month of Margashirsha. So this is very auspicious even for the demigods. They all assemble together and they glorify the Lord. Similarly, was our Andal, who was the daughter of none other than Periyalvar. She has been constantly right from her birth. Her birth itself was divine. She was found under a the tulsi tree, and the appearance of Andal herself was very divine. Periyalvar, who is none other than her father, right from young age used to narrate to her Srimad Bhagavatam and all other scriptures. Srimad Bhagavatam especially caught her ears, and she was very attracted towards the pastimes of the Lord. In particular, she was attracted to Krishna. How Krishna was achieved by the gopis of Vrindavan. So following in their footsteps, she wanted to conduct this beautiful vow of Margasirsha. Just like the Katyayani Vrata, she also called upon all her 5 lakh gopis to come together and achieve uh, this glorious activity of none other than ensuring that there is good amount of piety created in the heart of all the gopis, wanted all of them to come together, and she wanted to ensure that all of them are engaged in Krishna's service and they all come together and take bath in the river Yamuna. That was the vow, but internally they had various different desires. That the desires of all the gopis was to achieve Krishna as none other than their husband, which was the internal goal of all the gopis. Andal wanted to achieve service unto the lotus feet of the Lord for many, many years to come, many, many lifetimes to come. And wherever he appears, service is the pure motto. So, in this way, she woke up many, many gopis, assembled themselves, woke up the watchmen, the guardmen, woke up Nand Maharaj, Yashoda Maiya, Balaram, Nappinai, and at the same time woke up Krishna and offered various different prayers unto him. And after waking him up, asked for the donations for performing such a great vow, received the donations also from Krishna, and finally she asked for parai. The parai, which we know as the drum for Sam Sankirtan, was also given by Krishna, but she asked for service unto the lotus feet of the divine couple, which was the highest goal that she wanted to achieve. And Krishna, being completely happy and completely satisfied with their prayers and with their wonderful vow, he said, I will give you that service as well. So that is where we stopped on 29th verse. Today we move on to the 30th verse, where she is making the conclusive prayers, where the conclusions are being drawn here. And in the conclusions, she is going to speak about what the person would achieve by following this Margashirsha month's great activities. So, without further ado, let us look at the verse in front of your screen. This is the verse number 30. This is also known as the Falastuti verse. That means the results that one might achieve. This is not written post. This is given by Andal herself. That means Goda Devi, she herself mentions what is the result of someone hearing all these 30 pasurams, or what is the result that you all are going to achieve because you have given your rapt attention to the meanings of all these 30 verses. So anybody who has been a constant attendee to these verses or these works, what is that they are going to get is being explained here. A very wonderful verse. So without further ado, let's go ahead. வங்கக்கடல் கடைந்த மாதவனை கேசவனை திங்கள் திருமுகத்து செய்யார் சென்னிரைஞ்சு அங்கப்பறை கொண்ட வாற்றை அணிபுதுவாய் பைங்கமலத் தந்தரிய பட்டபிரான் கோதை சொன்னான் தங்கத்தமிழ் மாலை 30 தப்பாமை இங்கப்பறை சுரைப்பார் 2 மால்வரைத்தோல் செங்கன் திருமுகத்து செல்வத் திருமாலால் எங்கும் திருவருள் வெற்றி எம்பருவர் அம்பாவாய். A very beautiful and wonderful verse in the language of Tamil or in Tamil. Here, Andal, she speaks in a very, very eloquent way. She's completely happy. She's superbly happy, and she is mentioning this verse saying, why am I happy? So you will be able to see now the glorious meaning of this verse. You can see it in front of your screen. First she says, Vanga kadal kadainda madhavanai keshavanai. Vanga. Vanga means boats. There are many, many boats in this beautiful ocean called as the Palkadal. Palkadal means the milk ocean. Prabhuji, I have never heard that there are boats in the Milk Ocean or the Vaikunta Ocean. I have heard that Lord Narayan sits there or sleeps there and Lakshmi is there. But I have never heard about this pastime, about that there are many, many boats. So we'll learn about that. She says that I would like to recall that beautiful pastime when the churning happened. The churning of the Milk Ocean happened. And my dear devotees, why was the churning performed? Can anyone tell me? What was the reason of the churning of the ocean? Can anyone tell me what was the reason?
For getting the nectar. So,
Absolutely right.
yeah,
To get the nectar. Who performed this churning?
the demons and demigods.
The demons and the demigods performed the churning. So she is saying, I would like to remind you of this wonderful pastime which happened, which is churning of the ocean. And by churning of the ocean, I do not know which nectar came about, but I would like to tell you that there was one nectar which was achieved, which is none other than Lakshmi came out from that churning of that ocean. And Lakshmi got her husband, who is none other than Narayan. Similarly, we have also churned the entire Vedic scriptures. We have also churned the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, which we have heard from my father, Periyalvar. And from my heart, I have churned all these emotions and put together these 29 verses in front of you. And this is the 30th verse. And by churning such a beautiful ocean in my heart, I also expect to be married to you, Krishna, because that is our inner goal. Our inner goal is to achieve you. So the Gopikas of Srivilliputtur, who are right now in Srivilliputtur, and they had completely transformed themselves into the bhav of Gopikas, and they had transformed entirely Srivilliputtur as Vrindavan. For this 30th verse, they are coming out of that trance and they are speaking again as the gopis of Srivilliputtur. For the 29 verses, they had transformed themselves in the mood of the gopis. Now for the 30th verse, Andal is speaking as Andal, the daughter of Periyalvar. And she is saying that by following in the footsteps of the gopis, what we would like to achieve is that Madhava, Vanga Kadal Kadainda Madhavanai Keshavanai. We would like to achieve that Madhava, who was responsible for churning that ocean. But Prabhuji, we heard that the personality who came was Hari. Why is she saying Madhava? Because he became Madhava because Lakshmi arrived from that churning of that ocean, milk ocean. And she is saying Keshava, and you are also Keshava. Why she is saying so, we will learn later. But let's first go through the meaning of the verse in itself. So she says, the Gopikas of Srivilliputtur approach Krishna as Madhava, who is the beloved of Lakshmi, and they sing the benedictions on such a beautiful personality called as Madhava, who has even blessed Brahma and Rudra, and whose benevolence is recognized by all. But Prabhuji, in the verse, there is no Brahma, there is no Rudra. No, but the word Keshava is being given. So Keshava means Ka means Brahma, Isha means Shiva. Ka means Brahma and Isha means Shiva. And Keshava means one who has created this Brahma and Shiva. So that is none other than Krishna himself. So why she has to mention Madhava, I can understand, Prabhu. Why she has to mention about Keshava, Krishna's name as Keshava, we will see later. So she says that we would like to glorify and remember that pastime when the churning of the milk ocean happened. And we would like to remember the glorious Lord Madhava, who is also known as Keshava, who is the originator of Brahma and Lord Shiva. She says, Tingal Tirumugatte Sheyyar Chennirainji. You remember when you first started the Tirupavai verses, I mentioned to all my Gopikas that they will not wear any ornaments. They will not wear garlands or they will not wear flowers on their braids. But now we have achieved our goal. We have seen Krishna face to face. He has given us the parai, which is the service unto his lotus feet. So we have achieved completely. So now it is time for us to wear back our ornaments. And what is the ornament? Ornament is Krishna himself. Krishna is the ornament. We don't want other gold and silver ornaments. We want Krishna, his lotus face, his gift to us to give us as service. That itself is the ornament. And what to speak about these ornaments? Tingal Tirumugattu. By getting these ornaments, by getting Krishna, our face is as radiant as the moon. And along with the moon, as we are so bright and dazzling like a moonshine, we have got our ornament back. We have got Krishna as our heart and soul, Krishna as our husband. So she says that just like radiant like the moon, we are adorned with our ornaments, who is Krishna. Their faces shine like the moon and their bodies are decorated beautifully. Now they have started wearing all the ornaments back and they are all swaying together and approaching Krishna. They're talking to Krishna. And she is saying, Anga Paraigonda Vatre. We have got the Parai, we have got the Parai, we have got the Parai. They bring the sacred drum, right? We all mentioned about Parai. Parai was the drum which was used for Nam Sankirtan. In 26th, 27th verse itself, they got the Parai, they got the drum. They got the drum, the percussion equipment, which was used by the Yadavas for spreading messages. They got the percussion equipment, which was used by Jambavan when he used to signify that the Lord's lotus feet as Vamandev is coming across all the 14 planetary systems. They also got the drum, which was used by the Vanaras while they were attacking Lanka. So in this way, they got all the drums and they had secured the Parai. But here she is saying, I also secured the higher reasons of Parai, the other reasons of Parai, which is service unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Anipuduvai Paingamalat Tantariya Bhattaviran Kodisonna. So once she has achieved her result, everybody will be glorifying Andal. Everybody will be glorifying her that you have made the very difficult task of achieving Krishna in the mood of the gopis possible. She says, no glories are to be given to me. I am just the daughter of Periyalvar. My spiritual master is my father, Periyalvar. If he would have not spoken those Srimad Bhagavatam verses, I would have not been encouraged, inspired to perform this beautiful vow. So all glories, all glories, all glories to that Periyalvar who always wears a lotus garland around his neck. Prabhuji, we have heard the Lord wears the lotus garland around his neck. Why is Periyalvar wearing the lotus garland around his neck? Because Periyalvar or Vishnu Chittar or Sri Bhattanadar, whatever his name is, he's known in all these three names. Vishnu Chittar, is also his name, who always believes that the Lord is in his chitta, is in his heart. Hridayeshu Tishtati, says Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, that in every jiva's heart I am present as the localized form of Paramatma. So Vishnu Chitta or Periyalvar believes that I have to not garland myself, but I have to garland the Lord who is sitting in my heart. So he always wears a very beautiful lotus garland around him. And Goda Devi says that attracted me. That is why she used to always wear the garland and then give it to none other than Ranganath. Generally, this is not the practice. The practice is that whatever we offer to the Lord is not enjoyed by the Jivatma first, or is not enjoyed by us first. For example, if we buy a flower, we should not smell it first. First, we should give it to Krishna and take it as prasad, as leftovers. Similarly, when it is prasad, bhoga, we do not taste it first. We give it to Krishna. But Andal was not like that. She used to wear the garland herself, look at herself in the mirror, how she looks, how beautiful it is. And then that garland used to be given to Krishna. And Krishna used to accept this. Because Andal had always this notion to exchange the garlands like it is a marriage with Ranganath or with Krishna. She wanted Krishna as her husband. So she used to always see how I will be like a bride. So she used to wear these garlands. So this is Anipuduvai Paingamala Tantariya Bhattaviran Kode Sunna. So I would like to remind you all, Andal says that this whole process of this Tirupavai, which I have explained in the Tamil language, which is how for a Jivatma or a soul to attain the highest destination in Madhurya Rasa, to attain none other than the lotus feet of the Lord, or to serve the divine couple, I would like to give all glories to my spiritual master, Periyalvar. I have just repeated those messages. Hence, I am known as Goda. Goda means, go means the senses, through the senses, how to attract oneself to Krishna, that is being mentioned. Goda also has multiple different meanings. Go means one who appeared from Mother Earth. Godha, one who appeared from, she is Bhumi Devi's daughter. Goda means one who gifted her good works. Go means divine words. So she is also known as Goda because she gifted her good words and works. Go means also Jnana or divine intelligence. Through her work, she educated everyone about this divine intelligence. Go means also Mangala or auspiciousness. So she is the one who is the harbinger of auspiciousness. She, Goda, also means the transcendental flower keeper, creeper, that she is from Vishnu Chitta, is the host, and she is the creeper around her father or around her Acharya. So in this way, Goda or Andal, in Tamil, Andal means one who has ruled over Krishna's heart. Andal also means one who has ruled over with her garland of verses, which is Tirupavai. Andal also means one who has ruled over the scriptures with her beautiful work of 30 verses. And Andal also means one who has ruled over all our hearts of the devotees, and once one who has ruled over the entire literature by presenting her 30 verses in this most beautiful way, which is in the language of Tamil. So Goda is saying, Goda Devi or Andal is saying, I am not to be praised. My Acharya, Vishnu Chitta, has to be praised. Why? Changat Timirmale Muppadum Tappame. I would like to tell you that these 30 verses, whoever chants, hears, or whoever puts a little bit of effort, not one, not two, all the 30 verses. They don't miss any verse. All these 30 verses, one who listens to or one who puts the effort to get to know about it, even if they put half the effort, quarter the effort, Muppadam Tappame, without missing ones. Why? Because this is a garland of verses. Even if one flower is missing in the garland does not look nice. If it's a necklace of precious jewels, if one jewel is missing, then it does not look nice. So it is very important that all the 30 are understood. All the 30 are read in that same manner, or all the 30 are given an ear to understand, and we do the Shravan. So this garland of Tamil Pasanams or this verses is very systematically composed. And the systematic journey of how a Jivatma can reach back home, back to Godhead, and engage in Krishna's service in different rasas, this is being explained. So she says, one who follows these 30 verses, what do they get? Because this is the Falastuti. She says, by reciting these 30 pasurams with devotion, one will get the same benefits what the gopis of Vrindavan received by following the Katyayani Vrata. You don't have to perform the Katyayani Vrata, but just by listening to this beautiful narration and these 30 verses, one will get. So are we supposed to do? No. She says, the gopis had Krishna Anubhav in their heart, and they achieved Krishna. By following in their footsteps, by doing this vow, Andal achieved her goal. And she's saying, those who hear about this narration of how I and the gopis achieved this goal, and just by reciting these 30 pasanams, you also get the same benefit what the gopis of Vrindavan got, what we as Srivalli got, and whoever is listening in whichever part of the town, through whichever medium, be it YouTube or personally or whatever way, they will also get the same result, which is love towards Godhead. and getting Krishna as their husbands and getting service as their prime benediction. Isn't that what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always wanted? Ashli Shiva Padaratam Pinastumam Adarshanan Marmaghatam Karotuva Yatha Tata Vidhatulam Mat Prananathastu Sa Eva Naparaha. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted, that always I wanted to be serving you. Whether you tightly embrace me or you treat me roughly, but I want to be always engaged in your service. So this service will be achieved by all of those who are given a patient hearing to this message. And she says, Shangat Tirumugat Shalvat Tirumalal, right? And that lotus-eyed Lord will give us entire benedictions. And those benedictions, when we receive through our Acharya Periyalvar and through our disciplic succession, when you receive, what will happen? You will get the grace of none other than the Lord Himself and Embaruvar Empavai. And in this way, one will achieve all glories of their services. So this is in gist the meaning of this beautiful Pasuram, or this is verse. But there are many different meanings which we will like to unfurl. And it is very easy. But when I say easy, I mean to say that it is very rasik in the way Andal mentions each and every part of her verse. First and foremost, a question will arise in our mind. Why is it that she is mentioning about the churning of the milk ocean? This is Vrindavan. Vrindavan's mood is not Aishwarya. It's always Madhurya. But why is she mentioning about this Aishwarya feature of the Lord and giving of nectar and demons and demigods? The answer is, he says, Vanga Kadal Kadainda Madhavanai Keshavanai. Krishna is very expert. Krishna made the excuse of churning the milk ocean and to give nectar for the demigods or the demons. He brought Vasuki and also the mountain and became Kurma, became Hari. And in this way, he did all this pastime. And everybody thinks that this entire pastime was to gain nectar. But let me tell you, the real nectar or the real reason of performing this pastime was to get Lakshmi. He wanted to be married to Lakshmi. While that is the hidden reason, he actually performed this pastime. Of course, nectar and other things are lower reasons why one can attribute themselves to. But the real reason is he got the association of Lakshmi, and he got none other than Lakshmi as his wife. And Lakshmi also accepted Narayan as her husband. So she is remembering this pastime and saying, this is our reason as well. While the entire vow of Margasirsha might be like to achieve the nectar of salvation, let me tell you that the real reason behind this entire vow of Margasirsha is to achieve you as our husband. Just like Madhava, he is called Ma, means one who is residing in the heart. Lakshmi is residing in the heart. And why this Madhava is being mentioned and the divine couple is being mentioned? The verse before, she asks that please give me service. Etraikum Yeje Paravaikum Mundannodu Kutrome Yavo Munake Namai Chevam. Please give me this particular this benediction that I will be always serving you. So when donation or things have been given, immediately you should also chant the Mangala verse. So when any good activity is performed, you should also chant the mantras or Mangala Vadya or some Mangala verse have to be chanted so that all glorifications happen. So the 30th verse is talking about the transcendental marriage of Lakshmi and Narayan, which is itself auspicious in nature. Marriage of Sita and Rama, marriage of Rukmini and Krishna, or transcendental description of marriage of Lakshmi and Narayan. These are the most auspicious verses that we can recite. So, because she got all these charity and donations from Krishna, now she is also singing the benedictory prayers, the Mangala Shasana, and the Mangala, the concluding prayers. And hence she is mentioning about Madhava. And hence she is mentioning about this transcendental marriage that happened between Lakshmi and Narayan. But there is also one more word she uses, Madhavanai, Keshavanai. Why she uses Keshava here? What is the reason of using Keshava? Because when the transcendental marriage happens, not only marriage, immediately the people around us ask, once the couple have come together, they have married, as soon as the time passes by, they immediately ask for good news. Is there any good news? Are there any children? Are they coming? What about progeny? How are they coming forward? This is the natural social way. So while auspiciousness is there in marriage, more auspiciousness is there when there are children in the family. So immediately she says, let me not put a full stop only at the marriage. I would like to mention about Keshava. Ka means Brahma, Isha means Shiva. So there are sons and grandsons also who are there present. So while the marriage happened as Madhava, there are also sons and grandsons. So we also have our wishes that we would like to become your wives, and we will also like to be wives of yours and have a family with you. This is indirect mentioning of that Rasik way of saying that, Krishna, this is our hidden goal. Then she also mentions Keshava because she says, Keshava means there is another beautiful meaning, that one whose tresses or whose hairstyle is very beautiful, or one who has a very beautiful hair. So she is saying many devotees, many demigods and demons, they came together and they were churning the ocean. They were pulling Vasuki here, left, right, and center. But all this while, Hari or Madhava, he was actually holding the mountain on the top. And as it churned, his shoulders also moved, his head also moved, and his hairstyle, his hair was also moving very beautifully. And foolish are those demons and demigods. Never they looked up and looked at the lotus face of the Lord. And never they looked at the flowing hair tresses of the Lord. It was so beautifully moving in that direction, left and right, as the churning was happening. That was the real nectar. And what they were interested in, it was in the lowly nectar to become immortal. If anybody would have seen the beautiful face of the Lord and how his hair moved, that itself would have attracted their hearts, and they would have left the Vasuki and they would have just sung your glories. So she is saying, I would like to glorify those tresses, those braids. Why? Because that is what she is very much interested in. And she also says you are called Keshava because you remove all the kleshas. A very big klesha or a very big obstacle came in the form of Keshi demon. And you destroyed the Keshi demon by putting your hand inside the mouth of Keshi. Similarly, I have reached the 30th verse. You have removed all obstacles in our path, and you have given the benediction that we came for. Hence, we are very happy. Hence, we address you as Keshava. Vanga kadal kadayinda Madhavane Keshavane. So when you look from outside, it looks like, why is she mentioning about this opulence of the Lord when he was performing his divine pastimes during the churning of the milk ocean? But here she is not mentioning that opulence or Aishwarya. She is mentioning about the Rasik reasons why she is calling her as Madhava and Keshava. And she finally says, you appeared there when this churning of milk ocean happened. Similarly, when the gopis churned, not milk, they churned curd and they wanted butter, you appeared there as Krishna. So this churning is happening in Vrindavan daily, and this churning is happening in our bead bags also daily. When we churn the mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we are addressing the divine couple. And we are asking for their service. The 29th and the 30th verses are very much in the holy name. We can see that. We are asking for service. and we are addressing the divine couple, and all our obstacles are automatically getting removed, and we are gaining that devotion in our hearts. And hence she said that this is what the real reason is that I am calling you as Madhavanai Keshavanai. At the same time, she says, you all are very, very resplendent like the moon. Your faces are resplendent like the moon. Why? The moon does not have its own light. The moon does not have its own radiance. The moon shines based on the reflection of the sunlight. Similarly, she says, I am not become radiant because I narrated all these 30 verses. I have become radiant, and our faces, all the 5 lakh gopis who are assembled here, they have become radiant because they followed in the footsteps of the acharyas. The acharya is the real sun. He is the real sun, and from his radiance, we are just repeating his words. Hence, we have become like the moon, who are repeating the words of our spiritual master. And because we have become like the moon, repeating the words of our spiritual master, Periyalvar, in my case, says Andal, who is my father as well, our faces have become like the moon. And we have started wearing our ornaments back because we have got this ornament from you. You are our real ornament. Krishna, you are the ornament that we have received. And hence we are very, very grateful towards you. So you are our ornament. You are our life and soul. And we have got this from you. And hence we believe that it's time for us to wear back our ornament, which is none other than your service. She again and again mentions the same thing, that service is the real ornament. And she says, Anga Paregonda Vatre. We got the Parai. We have been learning for the last 1 year what this Parai is. We mentioned it as a drum. But here she says, everybody got their Parai. She doesn't say that I got the Parai. She says, everybody got their Parai. What is this? Everybody getting their Parai? For the Brajvasis and the elders, Parai, or the benediction of following this vow, was to get rainfall adequately in Vrindavan. We all have heard right in the first lecture a year ago that how Krishna made an artificial situation in Vrindavan, like a drought-like scenario, where this vow was to be performed to get rainfall. And we also have learned in the 4th verse itself, when Andal was singing, rain came. And they came in a very beautiful fashion, and the drought was removed. Right in the 4th verse, she did not even had to go up to the 30th verse. Even in the 4th and the 3rd verse itself, there was thunder, lightning, and there was rain. So rain was not an external phenomenon which was required. So the elders wanted rain, that was achieved. The gopis wanted Krishna, that was achieved. Andal's Parai was none other than service to the Lord, that was achieved. Those who were doing Nam Sankirtan, they wanted the percussion equipment of the drum, that was achieved. Those who were perfect disciples of their acharyas or spiritual master, they wanted service unto the spiritual master, that was achieved. So whoever had whatever benedictions in the heart, all those benedictions came successful, became successful. Anga Paregonda Vatre. The sacred Parai, or the instrument, in Andal's case was service and service alone. That also was achieved. And she says, all this was achieved because of none other than my father, Periyalvar. He was the person who actually gave us this nectar. Without him giving us this nectar, it was impossible that we will get this radiance of a moon. In fact, here a very beautiful comparison is made that their faces become as radiant as the moon and as blossoming as the lotus. Now, this is a very peculiar comparison. You cannot have a comparison of the moon and the lotus. You can have a comparison of the sun and the lotus. The sun and the lotus are very tight knit together. Whenever the sun blooms, the lotus blooms. The moon is also cold. The moonshine and the lotus, why is it mentioned? Basically because the moon and the lotus, they have a fight. Who is more beautiful? Whether it's the moon or whether it's the lotus. So they have this ego problem between them, the moon and the lotus. But she says, Tingal Tirumugat Shayyar Chenniranji. She says, our faces have become as radiant as the moonshine and as soft and blooming like the lotus. Why is she making this opposite comparisons of the moon and the lotus? She's saying our ego has died. Though the moon and the lotuses might have their share of false egos, that who is more beautiful, our false egos have died. So we are radiant as the moon because we heard the beautiful lectures of our Acharya, none other than Periyalvar, and we are blooming like the lotus because we are in the association of such great devotees. So in the association of devotees, because we all came together, we didn't leave any gopi behind. Because we all came together, we are blooming like the lotus and we are radiant like the moon. And this is because of none other than all glories to my Father. Because of his instructions, because of repeating his glorious activities, we have got this. We have got this great ornament known as Parai, service, and Krishna as our ornament. And where did I recite this? I recited this in Srivilliputturu. Sengat Tamil Male Muppadum Tappame. That she says, Inga Parajarapa, Inga. That means here in Srivilliputturu. Srivilliputturu is very, very famous because not only Andal appeared there, Garuda also appeared there, and Vadapatra Shai, Krishna also appeared there. So if you look at the Omkara, the three letters, all of them appeared also in Srivilliputturu. So it is quite glorious for that reason. And why is it also glorious? Because Periyalvar is from that place. Vishnu Chittar is from that place. And he is the one who is helping even Narayan. He garlands himself with a lotus garland and he thinks that he is garlanding himself because Lord is present in his heart. So generally, this is the notion between those who are orators that when a garland is presented, generally we see that when people sit in Vyasasana, a garland is presented, which is offered to either Srila Prabhupada or which is offered to either the divine lordships. And that garland will be residing on the neck of the orator. It is generally a custom that one should not remove the garland till the lecture is over. Because it is considered that because that garland is there in and around our neck, it is enabling us with the divine wisdom to speak. Because it is being infused with the spiritual blessings of the acharyas, we are able to speak something about Krishna. We should not think, oh, this is too painful for me, this is given to me. No, this is given as an instruction of the Lord to speak now, Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Mangala or Chaitanya Bhagavat or Tirupavai, like that. So we should always keep that garland till the time the lecture is over. Because till the time the garland is there on our neck, we are able to speak. So in this way, we can remember the Lord, we can remember Acharya, we can remember the lotus feet of the spiritual master, that only by your mercy we are able to achieve this great goal. And she says, Sangat Tamil Male Muppadam Tappame. Please do not speak about this 30 verses alone in your own home, under the blanket. Sangam, please come together. Churn this nectar by coming together. Even the demons and demigods came together for nectar for such a lowly purpose. But this is for attaining Krishna. So, Sangat Tamil Male, one who comes together and sings these 30 verses. So, you all have come together for the last 1 year. And this is not a small achievement. This is a great achievement. 1 year from Margashish to Margashish. Generally, people speak these 30 verses on 30 days of Margashish. The whole month is spent singing about these glories. But we have sung about these glories for 1 year. And hence, this is not only a year, this should be throughout our lifetime. We should wake up every day early morning and we should think about these glorious activities of Andal. Hence she says, Sangat Tamil Malai Muppadum Tappame, one who speaks about these beautiful 30 verses without faults, not in pronunciation, etc., but does not even miss any one of them. If you see, there are many other hidden things in Tirupavai, which we'll learn next week. And while all these 30 verses are being mentioned, what happens to the Lord? He becomes very pleasing. He becomes very happy. His shoulders starts to multiply. His shoulder size starts to increase. If it is 12 feet, it becomes 24. 24 becomes 48. 48 becomes its double. And it keeps on increasing. Why his shoulder keeps on increasing, his shoulder length? Because he has to embrace all those devotees who are reciting these beautiful 30 verses, who are listening to these 30 verses. And none other than the divine couple, they also become just like the divine couple in the sense that they achieve the great qualities just like the divine couple of Lakshmi. They also achieve this quality. That means, in other words, she says, they also become eligible to enter the Madhurya Rasa. Or they also become enabled, just like the gopis of Vrindavan, to be wedded to none other than Krishna. Or in other words, they also become eligible to become wives of Krishna. So in this way, she mentions that this is the glory. And if you look at this verse, in the last line, always we keep on hearing, Elo Rembavai, this thing she always says. And I have mentioned in previously in one of the verses that what does this Rembavai mean? Elor means El means please listen. Please ask for service. Or means please follow. And Empavai means Lord, please follow the Lord. Please ask for service, please follow the devotees and ask for service from the lordships. But this is the 30th verse. In the 30th verse, before that itself, she has got the service, she has followed the devotees, she has asked for service. All has been performed. Hence, the word Elor is missing in the last verse. She just says, Empavai. Here, behold, take the Lord for yourself. The Lord is yours because you have achieved the goal that is to be achieved. So in this way, the last two verses of this beautiful work of Tirupavai talks about the epitome of performing this beautiful vow of sacred vow of Margasirsha. By doing Nam Sankirtan early in the morning, Srimad Bhagavatam 12:13-23 says, Nama Sankirtanam yasya sarva papa pranashanam pramano dukkha shamanastam namami harim param. It says, I would like to pay obeisances to that Lord Hari, whose congregational chanting destroys all the miseries and all the sins. And by paying his obeisances unto him, it dissolves all the material obstacles and one gets freed from those obstacles. So in this way, Nam Sankirtan has got its own glories. So while saying this, Vanga Kadal Kadainda Madhavanai Keshavanai, by comparing it with churning of the Vedic ocean, by comparing it by churning the entire literature of these 30 verses, Andal successfully says that one who listens, one who hears, one who follows these 30 verses, one who remembers even the 30 verses, and one who reads during the month of Margashish, remembers these 30 verses, they get all the glories. So we have 5 more minutes left. So for that 5 more minutes, I would like to quickly recap if anybody has missed any one of those 30 verses. In this 5 minutes, with this one slide, you will be able to completely go through what is happening in this verse. So you see that this table has been divided into 6 different blocks. 6 into 5, 30. But I have not made it as 6 5s are 30. There are different ways that I have divided this. Let's look at it very quickly. If you see the purple, which is Pasuram 1 to 5, that is verses 1 to 5, what do they stand for? The first 5 verses is talking about the purpose of this vow. So this is a summary. This is one page, is the summary of the entire 30 verses. So the first 5 verses talk about why they are doing this vow of Margasirsha, for the drum or the rain or the service, which is the nature, how they would like to achieve it, what is the qualifications, what is the results they would get, and what are the devotional services. Then the green part of this table, where you say awakening of the masters, which means that 10 of the gopis were sleeping and each one had got her own flavor, that they were all enjoying Krishna in their heart of hearts. One was a recent recruit, one was a mad girl in ecstasy, the favorite one of Krishna. The 9th Pasuram talks about her cousin and daughter of my aunt. The 10th one talks about the deeply immersed one. Today is, by the way, the 11th verse as per the Margasirsha month, the one who is highest ranked, a constant companion, the blissful one, the eloquent speaker, and the liberated one. In this way, the 10 alvars were also awakened. And then she reaches the doorkeeper, the guard. The 17th verse wakes up Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Krishna, and Balram. So in this way, the 3 blocks are complete. With the help of these 3 blocks, what she is achieving is, here she has mentioned the purpose, here she has got her gopis together, now she has entered the inner circle, but still Krishna is not awake, which moves us into the yellow block, which is the transcendental confidant who has to open the doors, who is none other than Nappinai, and the 3 shlokas glorifying her and requesting her to open the doors. She is the daughter-in-law of Nanda Maharaj, who has got fragrant tresses. In 19th verse, she is glorified as the one who is part of the divine couple. Please open the door. And finally, she says, give us the fan, the mirror, so that we can also look at our husband and we can also look us and Krishna together. She listens to this beautiful narration. She opens the door. And when she opens the door, blue, that is, now the Lord is being awakened. He is mentioned as the wealthy cowherd. He is mentioned as the vanquisher of the pride of all his enemies. He is mentioned as Narsingadev, as is the majestic lion, requested for him to come and sit in the assembly hall. Then she talks about the benediction, talks about his transcendental birth, which is their greatest glory. She says that he is the sapphire gem of Vraja. She says that he is the winner of hearts and asks for donations. And she says, give me service, which is the means and the end. And finally, she says, I have received everything. Thank you, Krishna. And then she moves to today's verse, where she mentions him as Madhava and Keshava. She says, one who recites his names and these 30 pasurams as the garland will get the ultimate goal, which is service unto the lotus feet of the divine couple. And all glory to the language of Tamil, which is one of the languages in which the Lord is glorified and the language which is used by Andal. So in this way, this 30, without breaking any of this flow, if somebody which we have navigated over the last 1 year, they would get all these blessings, is what Andal is mentioning. So with that, we conclude. But what is the post credits? What happens next? Did Andal achieve? While these are the verses that has been spoken about, did she achieve Krishna? Did she marry Krishna? Did she meet Ranganatha? What happened there? What happened at Srivilliputtur? How did Periyalvar react? What were the conversations post this narration? All of this we will see next week. But before we do that, we have the beautiful photos of Keshav, because Keshava Today we also mention about Madhavanai, Keshavanai. So I have to also pay my respect to all the devotees who made this possible. Because while it is very easy to switch on the microphone and the camera and speak, there are many, many devotees who are behind, who are in action to make this entire series of 1 year possible. There are devotees who have planned for the session. There are devotees who have made posters for the session. There are devotees who have done the MC, the master of ceremony for the session. There are devotees like you who have come and shown your interest towards the sessions. There are devotees who have written such commentaries and who have shared their realizations in the sessions. There are devotees who have arranged for the Zoom call and many other logistics to make this happen. I pray to their divine lordships that their divine lordships give abundance amount of blessings, and we all achieve the transcendental service unto the lotus feet of the divine lordships. With that, I would like to conclude with the photos of Keshav. You can see here. What do you see? Please unmute yourself and you can tell us the various different pastimes that you can see.
Yeah, it's a Samudra Manthan.
Kurmadev.
Yeah.
Samudra Manthan and Kurma. She talks about the real reason. What are these?
Margasirsha.
So these are the boats. Remember, she says that there are
yes.
big, big boats in the Milk Ocean. She says that all the acharyas have caught hold of the real boat, who is you, your lotus feet, and they are swimming in these oceans. That the real boat is Krishna's lotus feet, like how Kevat mentions that Lord Ramchandra, your lotus feet is the biggest boat which makes us cross over. So this further talks about the 30th verse. A very beautiful wedding portrait is what you get, because now she has achieved Krishna. So till now, she is not part or asking Krishna. Now she says the divine couple, along with Lakshmi, she will also achieve Krishna as her husband. So you see, all the photos will be like a wedding portrait. This is a very beautiful picture. Can anybody see? Yes.
Yeah, it's the same Samudra Manthan. Like I see that tortoise there, Prabhu.
Which is Kurma.
Yeah, Kurma.
And Krishna
And
himself is churning. And who is
Yeah.
Lakshmi? Lakshmi is coming.
Yeah.
Right? And she is also indicating that Krishna is also present. That means churning of the curd also will get, just like milk was churned and Lakshmi was received, churning of the curd by the gopis, you will get none other than Krishna.
Krishna.
Prabhu, this one was number 330, 30, the churning.
30, the last. Yes.
Prabhuji, what about that bird? Is it just for effect?
The bird is the Acharya, the Vedas, the Acharya.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Vyasdeva.
Yeah. The next one is Lakshmi, Andal, and also Garuda, because Garuda was also born in Srivilliputtur. So this is being showcased by Keshav. The next is Andal is now wearing all the ornaments and her braid and her tresses, and beautifully. Ah, this is also very nice. You can see Krishna is churning and says Andal, just like how Lakshmi was Vanga Kadal Kadainda, how Lakshmi was achieved by the churning, you also please achieve me. And here at the same pastime we can see Andal is, Lakshmi is ready to put the garland. Similarly, Andal is ready to put the garland on Ranganath, whom she sees as Krishna. Whether she puts the garland, how the Swayamvar happens, how Andal meets. This is the photo that I would like to compare with. How Andal goes and meets Krishna or Ranganath, who comes for her Swayamvar, and Vishnu Chitta as a father-in-law is going to select whom for her groom after this entire 30 prayers. Post credits, we can get to know next week. And with 2 more weeks, we will finish the entire pastime. And by that time, we have 2 more weeks of Margashish left. So let us completely utilize the time, and we can bring a glorious completion to the sacred vow of Margashirsha. Thank you very, very much. Yadatra skalitam kinchit vidhvam satpurayantu tat. Yadatra saushtubam kinchit tad guru reva menahi. If there are any questions, comments, clarifications, devotees can mention. Hare Krishna. Yes,
Yeah.
Sunil.
Yeah, please
Hare
go ahead.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mr. Prabhuji. Yes, Sunil Prabhuji, please go ahead, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji,
Thank you
for
so much,
giving us an
Mataji.
enlightenment class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandatanam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very beautiful class. We are not in physical, that's why not able to offer you garland, Prabhu. Otherwise, would have. Prabhuji, in the last class, you have mentioned that in the context of Matu Inam Kamangal, that Krishna is saying, what if I don't want to take service from you? I prefer that someone else should serve me. And Anand is saying, you also remove that desire. How do I understand this, Prabhu? Like when I heard in lectures, when other devotees serving the Lord, oh, he's getting mercy, I should be happy. But here the mood is completely different. That you don't take service from anyone except me. How do I understand this, Prabhu?
So it's not that she's talking about seclusion, she's talking about inclusion. So here she is saying that if I have any desires to serve anybody else other than you, remove that desire. At the same time, if you think that let me not shower mercy on Anda, let me shower mercy on other devotees, remove that desire also, because I need your mercy. So she is saying both ways. She is not saying that let me be the only one, she is not mentioning. She is saying that give me also service. Don't forget me. Right? If you have desires to do any kind of service through others, I can understand. She's okay with that, but please don't forget me. Please ensure that you also give me service. So, in this way, she is talking about inclusion. She is not against other devotees or other gopis getting the service, because that is the very reason she is actually knocking on the doors and waking up all the gopis. And she's encouraging that you all are very nicely serving Krishna, and hence I would like to get your association. So she is all for inclusion, not seclusion of service. She wants including all the devotees, and she is just reminding Krishna that you might have many millions and millions of devotees, but in that, don't forget me. I would like to be picked up. Just like how Narottam Das Thakur says, Porechi Tufane, that in this tufan, in this tornado, my boat is stuck. So please, please, he says, please deliver me and prove that you are the Patit Pavana. He says like that to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So sometimes there is an individual prayer which is there by the acharyas, by the devotees. So here that individual prayer is being mentioned. Hope that clarifies the doubt, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji,
Okay.
just like I attended just last 5 verses, Prabhu. Missed the first 25. Will I get 5% of benefit, Prabhu?
That is why we have the YouTube. You can go back and read. It is said that the last 2 verses, one who gets to read them, they actually stand for all the 30. But the way we understand is when we read the last 2 verses, we get more. The same question that you asked right now becomes more interesting, that, oh, I should learn the 25 also. So that becomes the hook for you to go back and learn the 25 as well. So that way, yes, you will definitely get the benefit, but the real benefit is love is in the detail. When we go through 25, when we get to know more about our lover again and again and again. So that is the Rasik way of looking things.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And we'll see the verses, Prabhu, all in YouTube. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Sonal Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yes, Nutan Mataji, Dandavot Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, this verse today also we understand that how Andal is saying you should share this Krishna prema or Krishna consciousness, whatever you have. You should not partake it or relish it in alone or in seclusion. You're supposed to share it with others. Only then you will be getting all these benefits. In
Yeah.
today's part also we learned that. That was the beautiful point which I wanted to
Yes.
take away with me from this class. And as
Thank you.
Prabhuji said, even I heard from that 25th verse onwards. But that really made me feel that I should watch the previous ones as well. And when Margashir started this year, not the previous one, because we started listening to this Woe of Margashir very late, na? So I was planning, okay, I should go back. And really, this YouTube particular Bhakti Sangha Japa group, these chapters which we have given the lectures on, they have helped. I'm trying to revise through them. I'm trying to go through them.
Thank
So
you.
the importance of that month also is
Is
maintained by us, I felt.
yes.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Prabhuji.
much. Thank you. Andal says Sangat Tirumale. Sangam means as a sang, as togetherness, we should be glorifying. Sang here also means, if you look at this entire 30 verses, these 30 verses are not poetry alone. Somewhere there is a story, somewhere there is a conversation, somewhere there is a dramatic scenario. So, just like how in Brahma Samhita we say Kata, Ganam, Natyam, all three are there in this 30 verses. So, that way also it's a Sangha. So, it is bringing together poetry, prose, as well as the beautiful explanations of the Acharyas. There is a Kavya Grantha also, which is out here, which is being played out. So, which is very wonderful.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Lord Krishna is considered to be Lord of 64 arts, is it?
Yes. He has
Uh,
64 qualities. Yes. And also the
64
arts.
qualities,
He has arts.
arts.
Yes.
So earlier, I used to feel, matlab, how boring it might have been, how boring it would all be, just devotional music and all. I used to feel like that. But when I get to hear all Srimad Bhagavatam and all these lectures, I feel I was such a fool. And this is the best form of art which one can have, I feel. And the way you all deliver it, they make it more relishable for all of us, those all who are listening. I personally enjoyed it a lot. Enjoy it a lot. And as every time you say that it is Keshav Prabhuji whose diagrams and figures you will be using, they are also very, 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 very nice, Prabhuji. And really, it is very fantastic. And how there is so much beauty in that art which we are listening to, which we are hearing. And ho- yeah, I think I'm just repeating myself, whatever I have said. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. As we love our personality more, as we love Krishna more, every part of his will be totally enjoyed by us. Whether it is his art. Today, Andal was enjoying the none other than the hair of the Lord, how it was moving. So from this we learned, if you look at the first verse, she speaks about the lotus feet. If you look at the last verse, she doesn't speak about the lotus feet, she speaks about the lotus face of the Lord. So this entire Tirupavai, this is also the reason why all the 30 has to be learned, is a darshan of the Lord, right from the lotus feet to the lotus face. And finally the smile and the acceptance as the bride. So hence this 30 also have to be read in that order so that you can take the complete darshan of their lordships. So this is also one of the reason where we have to go through all the 30. Thank you, Mataji,
Was
for
it
your
the,
yeah.
excuse me, Prabhuji,
Hmm.
was it the reason that the hair of Krishna was colored brown in the images, Prabhuji, which you shared?
No, that is just an artistic representation.
Okay,
That is
okay,
just an artistic
okay.
representation.
I thought
Thank
for
you.
highlighting they did it that way.
I know. Yes. So yes, Sunil Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry, Prabhuji, one more question. Prabhuji, in lecture number 1, Hemante Patame Masi, in that you have said that gopis are just 5 years age, Kumarika, and they have performed so many austerities, their eyes become why?
Yes, correct. So we said that Hemante Pratame Mase Nanda Vraja Kumarikaha. Cherur Havishyam Bunjana Katyayani Archana Vratam. This is the 1022-1 shloka. So
Yes.
let me just pull the verse in front of you. So this is the verse that we shared. Yes. So we said Nanda Vraja Kumarikaha. Kumarikaha means that they are the young unmarried girls who are dwelling in Vraja. They are not the gopis. They are actually the manjaris. They are Kumarikaha. Ka means they are very young. Ka means they are the age of 4 to 6. Ka means that they were not aged more than 7. So they are not the elderly gopis like Srimati Radharani, Lalita, Vishaka, etc. They were the younger gopis. Ka also means they belong to Krishna. And Ka also means they are all worth to be married to Krishna. So this is what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and other Gopal Champu and others mentions. And Kumara, that means who means they were derived from Cupid and they were supreme in their beauty. And they were very, very bold. So this is another. So Kumarikaha means so many different meanings. We learned that in the first verse, the second session or the first session of Margasirsha. So you can refer those verses.
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, in that context only, you have said that
Yeah.
how did they become so bold? Because they heard the glories of Krishna from the elderly gopis. They have seen how much they have loved in poor Vag you mentioned. That is why they're
Yes.
able to do so many austerities. Prabhuji, like I'm also hearing that past time, but I'm not getting like them, Prabhu. And similar with Anda also. She heard from her father, Peri Alvar. So how do
So
I make that in here,
so
Prabhu?
she learnt from Periyalvar how the gopis of Vrindavan went and did Katyayani Vrata, and how they were conversing with Krishna when he stole the garments, which we will talk about it because we have to complete that pastime also and this pastime also. So it's like story within a story, right? So they are following in the footsteps of the gopis, and the young gopis are following in the footsteps of the elderly gopis. And they see the elderly gopis, they are bash, they are bold. They will go to Dhangati and tell to Krishna that I am not paying any toll tax for you, move away from here. So they are very bold, and the young gopis and Brajvasis in general, they don't see Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead. So they're very bold. So the young gopis are also learning like that. And another reason is that we see that Andal has been in her Mangala Shasana verse, Adhyapayanti. That means she has become the teacher for even Krishna, that she will preach the message very boldly. And this is because one who is associating with Acharya and one who is infused by the blessings of the Acharya, he can preach boldly. In fact, my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Indradyumna Swami Maharaj, when he met Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada's personal instruction to him was to preach boldly and to spread the holy name. So this boldness comes when Acharya's kripa is there, when Acharya's mercy is there. So that way, this boldness is being showcased by these Kumarika. Though they are very young, they know. Even today, you go to Braja and even to small lalis you speak, they are very bold. They are not the shy type that you see. Does that answer the question, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Yes, Prabhu, Pradhadarad Prabhu, Dandat Pranam.
Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that you gave us this treasure of Krishna love, which was completely impossible because we do not know, especially I do not know Tamil. Tamil sounds such a sweet musical language. I wish I could could know it in future or whatever, but I'm old now. But thank you very much, Prabhuji. And I'm going to bow down to your Guru Maharaj when I meet him next Memorial Day. He's coming there. I met him last time also in Texas, where we had Sadhu Sang. This time it is in New Orleans. So that's where I'm going to bow down to him and again, tell your great contribution to Prabhupada mission of preaching Krishna love. So thank you very much, Prabhuji, and we look forward to hearing some more nectar from you after this course is over. Haribol, Prabhu. Haribol.
Definitely. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for your kind words. Yes, Sudhakar, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandat Pranam.
Excellent class again. Just trying to recollect my memory.
Yes.
If Andal was reciting this Pashuram, each day, correct?
No.
This is what first we started.
This is the
30
first
days
day.
she was doing this.
The
On the
30
first day, all the 30 verses.
First day, all 30 verses.
Okay,
And in fact, they took a vow of performing this, vow to vow, how Sunil Prabhu has mentioned. They performed this vow of doing this pastime for 30 days and achieving the result. What was their vow? To go to Yamuna and take bath. Did you see even one verse where they went to Yamuna and took bath? Without doing that only, they got the result. So they have not performed the vow itself. So 30 days, they woke up everyone and they saw Krishna. Krishna, now you have to get up because you have to become our security guard to go to Yamuna. Before that itself, Krishna was so happy that in this month of Margasirsha, you got up, you performed, and you brought all of them together. That itself, Krishna is giving the benediction that you can achieve me and your service is guaranteed. So by following in the footsteps of the gopis, by saying that I will do the vow, and they did not do the vow. They did not go and take bath, but they said that the bath itself is singing your glories of the Lord. They achieved it. So if they achieved it by singing the glories, by singing that glory, we also achieve. That is what she's saying. That today, that even if you just recite these 30 of how, you don't need to do the vow, but by just reciting this and thinking about that pastime, you achieve the same result what we achieved, and we achieved the same result what the gopis achieved in Katyayani Vrata. So this is what she's saying.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Yes, Rupal Mataji, you had a question? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So Andal and Goda both are same, right?
Same. So her one name is Andal, is in Tamil. Goda Devi, she is known in the northern part of India as Goda Devi.
And they must be they themselves were not gopis, right? They were maybe some high, maybe kind of a Nitya Siddha or something, right?
So
Already.
they were actually gopis. We call them as gopis because when they heard about these pastimes of the gopis, they were constantly thinking about the gopis, especially Andal or Godai or Goda. She was thinking about the gopis. And when she was completely immersed in thinking about the gopis, her speech, her accent, her way of walking, her behavior, her mannerisms, everything transformed like the gopis.
So for them guru were gopis. Their guru were gopis. Is that right way to understand?
The guru, she says today, right? Her guru was none other than her own father who introduced her to Srimad Bhagavatam. But she was following in the footsteps of the great gopis who achieved Krishna. Her role models were gopis. Her acharya was Periyalvar.
Got you, Prabhu. And another thing is, Prabhu, I also, as Sunil Prabhu mentioned, I also missed some of your lectures. So, if you repeat, like me personally, I don't mind. I would really like to you to continue. It is so wonderful. And I also I had a privilege or, to meet your Guru Maharaj. It was a privilege to meet him. In Laguna Beach, I could meet him first time. I think 6 months ago, I could meet him. So wonderful, Prabhu. As Prahlad Anand Prabhu mentioned, I will also say that because of you, we are able to, uh, advance little bit, tiny bit in Krishna consciousness.
It is only His mercy. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. But it's only because of His mercy I'm able to speak. Thank you very much. All glories unto Him. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to all the wonderful gems and disciples of Srila Prabhupada. All glories. And of course, all glories to Sri Vaishnava Acharyas as well. And all glories to my parents who have introduced me to this. I would like to also mention one specific name. In fact, 3 to 4 years before, I knew Tirupavai only little bit here and there. But when I came to Dubai, His Grace Parmeshwar Gaur Prabhu, he's a disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. He has been doing this program every day in Dubai and adjacent places for 30 days. Every day we gather, every day, and we hear the different verses and we do Mangalarti. This has been going on for more than 30 years. And he was one of my inspirations to bring this forward. So all glories to His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj and his disciples as well. Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Prabhuji, can we get your number or email in case if we have further questions? Because I'll be hearing the series
Definitely.
in YouTube, Prabhuji. Thank you so
Definitely. You
much,
can get
Prabhuji.
it from Vinita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very
Okay.
much, Prabhuji, for very
Thank you.
enlightening class. And
Hare
we are
Krishna,
very
Sunil
grateful.
Prabhu, you have to hear and you have to help me make short clips. So you tell me which point you like. We'll make short clips of all this 30
Oh,
pasarams.
wonderful.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, actually, you might consider this as a realization or whatever. So, Prabhuji, here, like listening all this, what I felt is like it was like Andal giving us whole Bhagavatam or the Vedantic essence in these 30 pasrams, because we saw all the pastimes of Lord Krishna, most of the killing of the demons, then he's giving that. Love to the devotees, like sir at last he wanted to serve the devotees also, and the way he served Arjuna also. So whole Bhagavatam, we could see in these pasrams, Prabhuji, and he's showing us a way to do bhakti to Lord, how to do bhakti to Lord, by and on how to include all the Vaishnavas and do bhakti, not alone. The way
Correct.
she's waking up she had already almost 5 lakh gopis, but she wanted to bring in those 10 gopis also who are sleeping. She's waking them up, and then she's bringing, and that means we need to go with the sangha. That is
Correct.
also she's teaching. And yeah, these are few of the realizations which I got through, like throughout this, Prabhu. And how we need to what is the importance of acharya, that is also she's teaching. We need to get we need to follow the instructions of our Guru Maharaj, and listen to them and implement whatever they are telling.
Yes.
That is more important. So
Wonderful.
thank you, Prabhuji. And she's like our
Wonderful.
mother only now. like
Correct. Correct. She is. She is. In fact, what you mentioned as a realization is very true. There is a verse, say, there is a beautiful verse which we sing, which we'll sing next week. Kodai piranda ur, Govindam vaழவூர், சோதிமணி மடம் தோரணம் ஊர், நீதாய நல்பத்தர் வாழுமூர், நான்மாரைகள் ஓதுமூர், வில்லிபுத்தூர் வேதக்கோனூர், வேதம் அனைத்துக்கும் வித்தாகும். So this, in Tamil, it says that this Tirupavai is the seed of the entire Vedic scriptures. So not only Srimad Bhagavatam, the entire Vedic scriptures, she has condensed it in the 30 verses, says the Acharyas. That this is the one zip file of the entire Vedas, Upanishads, Purans, Itihasas, everything. And she has compiled all of them in these 30 verses.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. I think Sudhakar Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu, go
Prabhuji,
ahead.
you want, yeah.
Hare Krishna, sorry, Prabhuji. I think I just want to share my religion. I think which Mataji has conveyed a part of it. For me, actually, what I learned is the key things is one should have a vow, like a goal to do what. I was just contemplating on this actually. So, like she has taken a vow, for whatever the reason. So, we should also have a vow, whether it could be big or small. I think to progress in the spiritual path, this is one thing I just noted down a few points apart from the other thing, Mother. And the other one I noticed is the satsang. She was, taking all the 5,000 gopis, and then she's also saying that you should all chant as a together, right? So
Yes.
this this is one thing. Not only in this lesson, even in Chaitanya, Bhagavatam, and other things I'm hearing in this session, the
Yeah.
importance is given to the satsang actually. So
Satsang.
this is
Yes.
one thing I just realized. Yeah. And third one I really liked is the hearing. She was saying that she has heard from her father, and then she has cultivated that love. So this is I just realized that in many lectures by many people, hearing is very important in the bhakti process. This is the three things. I think other things I think Mataji has already cut. Thank you so much. For me, actually, I'm from actually Andhra Pradesh, but I used to visit temples. I never know much about Andal there. There is a goddess there. I don't know. I just used to visit and there. But frankly speaking, only last year when you started this class. I was not knowing then. Now I think at least I know a little bit about the Andal and Goda Devi. It was a very beautiful journey. I missed maybe a couple of sessions, but overall I think uh, it's a very wonderful journey. Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji,
Prabhu.
for your
Thank you for the
time and
realizations and thank you for your kind words. Thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Prabhu.
Jai.
Dear devotees, if anyone has any more realizations or questions for Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This is Mahatma.
Hare Krishna.
I
Hello.
have a quick question about the gopis. They were trying to do the Katyayani puja. They're not they do, but their individual thinking of Krishna should be our husband, right? Individual, not we should all together and try to make him our husband. They're not doing like that, correct? They are all
Yeah,
individual.
every single gopi wants Krishna as their husband. Yes.
Individual, but they're not doing trying to do we should all together and do worship, or him should be our own husband, not together.
So everyone has got their individual desire to be the wives, and that's the same desire here for 5 lakh gopis as well. And that is why she says here that his shoulders will widen as you sing these 30 pasurams, because he's widening it, because he's going to embrace each and every gopi. Like in the Raslila, he was dancing with each and every single gopi.
Yes. Yeah, so that is the mood on that side. But Krishna is thinking in that way. Everyone I will embrace, but each gopi's individual way of the thinking. Like everyone is listening, but I'm listening from the one Zoom, not from listen. Similar way, they're also doing in individual way. That's how I just
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. The only difference is that the individual prayer becomes successful when it is collective.
Okay, correct. Yes. So
So
one of the thing the Banasur part,
Yeah.
like how many thousands of 18,000, right? That part
So,
is
which
that
one?
part
Sorry.
is different story, right?
Sorry, I didn't understand. Can you say
Like
that question again?
the all 18,000
Hmm.
the capture in the Banasur, right? Banasur.
Correct. Those are the Dwarka queens.
So that
16,108 queens who were captured. Those are different. Those are
So now,
in the Dwarka. So those are in Dwapar Yuga. The pastime that we are narrating is in the 8th century. Andal is in 8th century, which is Kali Yuga. So in Kali Yuga, we are mentioning about the pastime where she is remembering Krishna, hearing from Periyalvar, her father, and transforming the Kali Yuga Srivalli Puttur as Vrindavan.
Haribol.
That's so now you are able to place everything. Gopis of Vrindavan, Dwapar Yuga. 16,108 wives, Dwarka, Dwapar Yuga. Andal and her 5 lakh gopis, Kali Yuga.
Oh, okay. So now the connection between now, I'm trying to trying to figure out when at the time of the Treta Yuga, when the Ram was there, at that time all the sadhu wanted to do it. Raslav somehow that they cannot do. Then come to the in Dwapar Yuga. Now in the Kali, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing in the Sankirtan way, correct? So now, what is the mood will be connect with this kind of Katyayani Puja with that? I know that talking from
that is the next 2 lectures.
Oh, okay.
Because we have to finish this pastime and finish the pastime of gopis, because we started in the 1 year back. We started with the katha of the gopis going to do Katyayani Vrata. Then we started a parallel story of how Andal is following. Now we have finished the Andal's katha. Now the still last leg is remaining, how she achieves Krishna. Then we go back to the original story of Srimad Bhagavatam, how gopis performed the Katyayani Vrata, and the photo that you have been seeing for the last 1 year of how Krishna stole the garments of the gopis, that pastime, when we finish, then we'll touch upon Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Kali Yuga part. So 2 more lectures, Prabhu. Please bear with me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, and thank you all the devotees for such nice questions, and thanks for very beautiful answers, Prabhuji. We are very grateful to you. So, dear devotees, let us pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Nantkoti Vaishnav Vrind ki
Undaki
jai.
jai.
The Prabhupada ki jai, the
Jai.
sacredness of Margasirsha ki jai, His
Jai.
Grace Haridas,
Gauri
Hari
Prabhuji
Prabhuji
Jai
ki
Srila
ki
Prabhupada.
jai.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai.